Hello everyone. Today in this video, I will demonstrate how to merge two separate surfaces into a single surface in ICEM CFD, and also how to split a single surface into two separate surfaces. So let's begin. Merging two separate surfaces is easy. We have to just go to create and modify surface, and also let's see which are the separate surfaces that we are going to merge. As you can see, this and this is are separate surfaces, and we would like to merge them together. So let's start by merging the first two surface. Again, we will go to create and modify surface, and we'll select this particular option which says the merge or reapproximated surfaces. Click it, and we'll select the two surfaces that we wish to merge, and we confirm by selecting the wheel button. As we do that, we'll see a notification which says that only faceted surfaces could be merged. So reapproximate param surfaces uh, require topology. So the issue is that this part, the extruded part of the geometry is not a faceted surface, and it needs to be converted to a faceted surface for merging. We will click yes. As soon as we do that, the two surfaces are now merged. We can confirm that by clicking at any of the portion of the surface. As you can see, the whole surface is now selected, and we can we are sure that now that surface has been merged. Similarly, these two portion are also the extruded portion, which was done later on, which was added later on. We want to merge them together. So let's do that. We'll select the two surface and confirm to merge them together. We'll again select the option again and click the two surfaces and merge them together. Now we have a single single wall surface. Of course, the inlets and outlets are still separate, and would like to keep them separate so that we can impose the inlet and outlet boundary conditions later on. But now, as we can see, the whole surface is merged into a single surface. This can be a single wall of the blood vessel. The next point that I want to demonstrate here is how to separate a single surface into two surfaces. This may be required uh, while meshing, because if the surfaces are separate, we can impose different meshing parameters to different portion of the geometry. For example, if there is a in this particular geometry, we might want to have a finer mesh at the region of interest, that is the aneurysm dome, and on the dome of the aneurysm, while the inlets and outlets we may wish to have a coarser mesh. So in order to do that, we'd like to separate the surface of the dome from the rest of the surfaces. So let's do that. The way I do it is by splitting the surface with the help of a curve. So let's begin by drawing some points on the on the cross section from where we want to separate the surface. Let's say we want to separate the surface or split the surface at this particular region. So we'll begin by introducing some points on that. Let's do it. It's not required to put the points very close together. It can be far apart. As you can see, we'll have issues uh, making a complete closed loop out of these points, because uh, the points have not are not aligned properly. So we'll redo that. We'll delete the points. So let's start again by putting back the points on the surface. We'll basically use these points to create a closed curve, and then impose project that curve on the surface, and then use that curve to split the surface. Now let's confirm the points and create a curve out of those points. We'll make the surface invisible. Go to the create and modify curve and select the first option, which is to create curves from points. We'll join all the points together to create a closed surface. We'll turn on the surface once again, and we have a curve along the surface, but this curve is yet not projected properly aligned along the surface. So this is what we are going to do next. We'll project the curve on the surface. For that, we'll go to this option which says project curve on the surface. Click it, select the curve that you want to project, confirm, then select the surface on which you want to project the curve. Confirm, and we have a point and we have a curve which properly aligns along the surface of the surface. Switch off the surface. We have two curves now, and in order to know, find out which is the projected curve, we'll just go one step back. So the curve that just disappeared is the curve which has been created uh, just now. So we want to keep that curve and delete the previous curve. So let's go on and delete this particular curve. So that is deleted. Now we have the curve which is properly aligned along the surface. As you can see, we turn on the surface, that curve is properly aligned along the surface. Now we can use this curve to split the surface at that particular area. Go to modify or create surface, go to this particular option which says segment or trim surface, select the surface, confirm, and select the curve. As soon as we select it, and it's done. Now we have split the surface at this region. We can confirm that by clicking it. As you can see, this is a separate surface and this is a separate surface as we want it. In order to properly isolate the aneurysm dome from the rest of the area, we would like to create another split surface along this branch of the geometry. So let's do that by creating some points there. I think we have enough points to create a closed curve. So just confirm the position of the points and make the geometry disappear, surface disappear, and connect those points to create a curve. Switch on the surface once again, and thus we have a curve surrounding that surface, but it's not properly aligned along the surface. So we'll project that curve on the surface. Select the curve, confirm, select the surface, confirm, and thus we have a curve which is projected on the surface, and we'll now delete the previous curve. As you can see clearly, there are two curves here, and we'd like to see which is the latest curve. So that is the latest curve. We'll delete the curve which is on the inside. Done. Now we are left with the curve which is projected onto the surface, and now we will use that curve to split the surface. Select the surface first, confirm, select the curve, and then press confirm. As we do that, we have now separated this area of interest from the rest of the surfaces. We can see that if we try to select this portion, this is selected separately. So in this particular region, we can impose different meshing parameters. We can impose finer meshing parameters compared to the rest of the arteries. While we are doing this, I think by mistake I have undone all the merging operations that I did in the beginning. So we'll do that again. We'll merge the surfaces again, this portion and this portion. It's done. And also we'll merge the remaining of the extruded portion with the original artery. Done. Should be done. Let's check it. It's not done. Let's try it once again. Let's check. Looks like it is connected. Let us check for the other one. Looks like it is done. Let's check it by trying to, and now it's the whole region is selected, which means they are merged together. Here also you can see this part is completely merged together. This is also completely merged together, and this is a separate file, separate area. So that's all. Thank you.